Hi Lana, welcome once again to Learner's Coach. So we always endeavor to enlighten you on some of the educational information. For instance, today we want to take a look at the difference between KCPE and KPSEA. We normally say that out goes KCPE, in comes KPSEA. So it's very important for us to really understand maybe what are some of the difference between the old assessment way and the new assessment way, because all of them are actually geared towards assessing our learners. So of course, as we know, KPSEA deals with the new curriculum. It's under the new curriculum, that is the CBC, and the other one is the old curriculum. So I think because we are moving or we are using KPSEA, I'll always focus more to understand what KPSEA is all about, and you can always relate it with the KCPE, right? So for those who are wondering what is these initials KCPE and KPSEA, so the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, that is KCPE, is a primary school leaving exam that allows students to move on to secondary school or tertiary education. So that was the one of the objectives. Then KPSEA actually is the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment. So it's different from KCPE, and actually that's why it seeks to replace it. And as I'd mentioned, it is based on the new curriculum known as the competency-based assessment, right? So if you want to understand about the competency-based assessment, you can review some of our previous videos. You have already looked at the various types of competency-based assessment, right? Of course, for you to graduate or for you to do KPSEA, it's going to evaluate 4 main values, and of course the application of knowledge, right? So it's going to test the students on how to apply some knowledge, skills, values, attitudes that's going to help them solve the real life situations. So that means maybe something different from the previous, as we are going to see from the previous KCP, is that this one is a hands-on kind of exam. It actually makes you understand something that can help you solve a real life problem, like maybe how you can prepare some food, right? So it's very practical in nature, right? So the CBC curriculum uses formative and summative types of assessment. I've already mentioned this, so you can look at our previous videos that we talked about the types of assessments, which are CARE, that is done by grade 3. We have talked also about KPSEA, that's done in grade 6, and that's what we're going to focus on, because it's actually is what replaces the KCP. We have KEMIA, that's done at grade 9, and of course KLEA, that's done that's done by grade I believe 9 still, right? And then we have KCB in grade 12, right? So what's the difference between assessment that is done at the KCP and at the KPSEA level, right? So the CBC and the 844, actually KPSEA uses the new CBC curriculum or the new curriculum, whereas KCP uses the 844, right? So they use 2 different types of this system, and as I'd mentioned, 844 concentrated a lot on theory. It was theory based, right? While CBC is competency based, what you can do, what you understand, right? So in the previous assessment, that is KCP, learners used to sit for a summative assessment. Now that's why I always tell you to look at the types of assessment that we talked about. A summative assessment is done at the end of a particular level. Yeah, so the whole concept of KCP was just to ensure that people learn, read, and then they are tested at the end, right? So that is the difference. For the KPSEA, or rather the CBA, they use what we refer to as formative together with summative, right? So as you can see, for the KCPE, it was a do or die affair. So if you failed the summative test assessment, then your future was gloom or doom, right? With the CBA, that is competency-based assessment, that actually is used by the KPSEA, it offers some kind of continuous assessment and a formative, right? So it actually ensures that learners are guided and are assessed, right, based on their competencies as they proceed from one level to the others. So it is a continuous testing of the competencies of learners, right, rather than just focusing on the main exam, right? That's why you will see that in the KCPE we had issues with a lot of exam malpractice, because it was the only hope. But with this new KPSEA or CBC curriculum, learners can always have options. It's better about what you understand, and you can always progress, right? So what we are saying is this, that under KPSEA, they use these assessments. Learners are assessed before learning, right? Like before a teacher or let's say a trainer introduces a topic, they can always be assessed to ensure that these learners actually understand this particular concept before they are taught. Like in my case as a trainer, when I'm taking my students through the IT, I first do some kind of prior assessment, just to ensure that at least I know if they understand about how to use computers or not. If I realize that half of the class doesn't maybe know the basic literacy skills, then we can start from scratch. So that is assessments offered before learning, diagnostic, isn't it? During teaching and learning, you have said those are formative assessment, and at the end of teaching, they carry out learning assessment. So let's look at another, maybe some difference is about scoring difference. So KCSE, as you can see, KCSE candidates were rated out of 100 for each subject, while KPSEA only accounts for 40% of the final score. So that means that the remaining 60 normally comes from the formative classroom based tests, right? So as your learner progresses, they will always be tested, and that's what's going to form 60%. So there's some kind of distribution, so that we don't put a lot of weight on the final exam, which is very, very good. So that's another difference that you can look at from this scoring perspective. So a summative assessment is administered at the end of grade 6, which comprises of 40% of the total scores, and of course these marks are the end of the primary cycle, right? So performance of the learners at this level and their interests will be used to place them in junior secondary school, that is JSS grade 7, 8. So we are going to look at maybe before KPSEA, what assessment is done, after KPSEA, what is normally done. So what are the typical KPSEA subjects that you need to know? So KPSEA assesses students in 5 subjects, that is English, mathematics, Kiswahili, integrated science, and creative arts and social studies. So those are the key competency areas that are actually assessed under the KPSEA, right? So what actually should you do before KPSEA, right? You realize that, as I mentioned, with KCSE, we just used to focus on one main exam, that is KCPE. But before you do or sit for the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment, there's one that is done at the earlier stage, and that is known as Kenya Early Years Assessment, done at grade 3. As I mentioned, this is school-based, and it's not really a ranking factor, right? But it's still coordinated by NEC. So this one is what is done, then it's when KPSEA is administered. So that you need to know. What about after KPSEA? Let's say you're a student, and I've already mentioned that they can always join junior secondary school, grade 7, 8, and 9. So after KPSEA, the student can always sit for Kenya Middle Years Assessment, that is at grade 9. So the assessment marks the end of junior secondary school, right? We have already looked at this. Then also we have a Kenya Intermediate Level Education Assessment, that is clear, right? So this actually clear. This is the assessment for those learners who are in a stage-based pathway rather than the normal age-based. So the assessment prepares the learner at this level for the pre-vocational level. So I think won't really go past that. At least now we have some understanding of the difference between the KCPE and KPSEA. So going forward, we should understand the new CBC curriculum that offers the competency-based assessment and how we should guide our students or other learners going forward. So should you find this information useful, always give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. All right, thanks.